It is about 5:50 in the morning, July 5th, 2025. It's a Saturday. Just got the hook up here in Tawas Bay, headed back towards Lake Michigan. Long day today. We're going to try to make Presque Isle, anchor there for the night. Possibly even Rogers City. That ain't going to happen, I'm pretty sure. So, not till tomorrow, if not the next day, depending on how worn out we are today. Say hey, Michi. Well, it is about 8:10 on Saturday, July 5th, 2025. Left the anchorage about 2 hours and 20 minutes ago. Still motoring. Insufficient wind to sail. Lost our wind indicator again. It had quit on us one day, and next time we tried using it, it worked, and it's been fine ever since, but probably given up the ghost for good. So not much to report. About 60 some odd miles left to go to our destination today, Presque Isle. And at least we were thinking we were going to get to sail today, because it looked like we were going to have a nice steady blow out of the southwest. And see that, well, you can see what that forecast looks like in reality.
Asia.
Yeah, I anticipate we'll probably get to sail at some point, and then when we do, because the National Weather Service has upgraded their forecast, they're now forecasting up to 20 knots of wind, where it had been 10 to 15 before. So anyway, we'll see. We just don't want to get into the anchorage up there in the dark. I don't want to anchor in the dark. I don't like anchoring in the dark. I don't like doing anything in the dark anymore, so. Anyway, Tawas, nice place to anchor. Went in to look at the
Liberty Bridge, northeast.
4th of July Independence. Never fails. Never fails. Independence Day parade yesterday. Got a little bit of footage of that. It was cute. Mostly a cavalcade of advertisements. It was all businesses. Not all businesses, but mostly businesses.
They did have the kids, like the hockey team and the diving team.
Yeah, they had one band that didn't play anything. It was just the timpani that was doing their thing on the drums, and everybody else was just holding their instruments out in front of them, marching along. So I guess they didn't practice anything for the parade. Getting bitten by ankle biters. Got him. Die, you son of a bitch.
There's 2 more.
Uh-oh. Better break out the beat.
Okay.
We're already in all of our protective stuff. I've got my face sock on because I've gotten way too much sun. Now I can show myself. Put on our long sleeve shirts a little while ago. Yeah, we just gotten way too much sun the last few days. So
these breathe better too.
Yeah. Anyway, back to Tawas, East Tawas. We didn't go down to Tawas. As far as I can tell, they're 2 towns separated by Walmart Supercenter or something. We didn't go down that far, but it's one of those places that we didn't really get a very good vibe. There's not much in the way of anywhere to take the dinghy ashore. I called the marina the first morning we were there to see if they have a courtesy dock, or if they know of a courtesy dock or somewhere we could beach the dink, and the gal said, we're really busy right now. I'm not sure we have space for you. And I said, well, we don't need a slip. We just wondered if there's someplace we could tie up to go into town and look around and do a little shopping. She said, well, I have to ask my boss and call you back. Of course, we never heard back from her. There were a couple of private marinas there. I didn't contact those, the Yacht Club and Jerry's, I think. And there is a state park there, and we tried motoring up to the beach there, and we started hitting the bottom at least a couple hundred feet from shore. We probably could have rowed in, but it's a long way. You couldn't walk it. We'd have had to haul the bikes over there. So anyway, we took the dink over to the marina and asked at the fuel dock if there's someplace we could park for a couple hours. And the DNR guy there said, I don't know, I'll check with so-and-so down here. There's another girl fueling the boat. She said, well, I'll have to check with the boss. And without checking with him, as far as I could see, she just a couple minutes later told the guy, they can park over there, it'll be $15. And I'm like, well, couldn't get too excited about paying 15 bucks just to go walk around downtown, especially after we walked around downtown. There's nothing there. I mean, I was amazed at how little there is in East Tawas. But the DNR guy said, yeah, I get it. He said, I just go over to the hotel there. They've got their dock. He said, it's really shallow in there, so most people don't use it. Just park there, they won't care. So we went over there and parked, and just to assuage our guilt over using their dock, nobody said anything to us. We bought a couple of beers on the way out, so for the same 15 bucks, actually 17 because I'm a generous tipper, but we got two 23-ounce beers for 12 bucks, and I left a little gal a $5 tip. So we not only had a place to park, but got a couple of 23-ounce beers out of the deal. So that's something I feel much better about. But yeah, it's kind of one of those deals. Tawas gonna nickel and dime you for parking a dinghy somewhere. Don't need to go back. It's an okay anchorage. I duck in there out of convenience, but no reason to stay at the marina there or anything as far as I can see. Anything else? That's a pretty long ramble, and we got at least, well, several more hours of this. It looks like. Hopefully we'll get to do some sailing today.
That would be great.
Otherwise, I'm not turning the camera back on in all likelihood. That is it. Boring. Well, I know I said I wouldn't film anymore unless there's something to film, but I can't help myself. So we just listened to Iron Mike, and they're still forecasting the 10 to 20 knots today, but not until 2 this afternoon now. So we'll probably be within, having motored that far, if that holds up, we'll be within 3 hours of our destination, Presque Isle. So we might get a few hours of sailing in today yet. And they also have a small craft advisory from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. now. So whatever wind we're going to have all day today doesn't sound like it's going to blow up until we're well over halfway to our destination. Just since the wind indicator is out, I just checked the little deal here. We're getting a whopping 1.5 knots of wind. That's apparent, of course. Probably 5 or 6 knots, maybe not even that. I'm not even seeing any little wavelets on the water yet. So anyway, it occurs to me we all sound pretty negative, and as Michelle well knows, my spirit animal is Victor of Meldrews. So
Yes.
so it's with good reason that I often sound the way I do, and that is for good reason, because my luck runs about like Victor Meldrews. Anything to add, hon?
Love that show.
I love that show too. That's all for now. Maybe we'll get some wind. Keep your fingers crossed. Well, I should have prefaced the last thing by starting with this, so I'll jumble the order in editing. But I just mentioned to Michelle a little while ago that to prove my naivete, stupidity, perhaps even that I do have a streak of optimism, that I honestly thought, based on the forecast today, and it's been the same forecast for the last 2 days, which should be an indication that there's no way it can hold up. There was going to be a good push up the lake today all day, and I honestly believed that once we got out of the Tawas Harbor, or Tawas Bay, we'd have to motor down to the south end of that, and we'd be sailing the rest of the day. Well, it is about 2:54 on Saturday, July 5th, 2025. The wind's finally filled in enough off the point over there, or the islands, I forget their names, outside of Thunder Bay. And so we got a little sail on her. Basically day sailing. We had motored long enough and fast enough that we could afford to creep along here at between 4 and 5 knots, just to get a little sailing in and give the engine a rest. So, yeah, we're up and down on the time, but it looks like we're going to be in there between 5:30 and 6. So not too late.
Yay.
Well before dark. Early enough to get a little dinner and relax a little bit before we probably move on tomorrow to Rogers City, we're thinking.
Sounds good.
It's a short trip and we have not been there, so. Anything to add, hon?
No. Unless I want to say that I've been killing flies and killing flies.
Yeah, we've been killing ankle biters like nobody's business, so we put a bunch of DEET on and it more or less works, but
They're still hungry.
they're still hungry enough to go through the DEET. And we tried that. We're running directly before the wind. The wind shifted, of course. So we had been almost directly before what little wind we had earlier today. And the wind shifted so that after we made the bend out there by Thunder Bay, it was right off of our stern again, for the most part. We tried to get the jib inflated and it didn't work, and I didn't want to mess with pulling it out, so it veered a little bit a little while ago, and it looked like we might be able to get the jib out, but it didn't last. It's right back off our stern again because That's all we get is winds dead astern, dead ahead, and dead calm. Well, we all know that sound. Sound of defeat. So I think out of our nearly 80 miles today, we got to sail about 10. We finally got down to maybe 15. Finally got down to 3 knots and under over the ground. That's getting absurdly slow even for day sailing, and we're going to get in at 7 and then 7:30, and so we're back on the engine and motor the last hour. And the ankle biters have descended on us en masse. They are thick. So it's like 90 degrees out, and we're both wearing long sleeves and long pants. We're getting eaten alive here. And there's a new hatch of little flies covering the rest of the boat. Would you remind me again why we love doing this?
You know, we love bugs.
Apparently.
Apparently. And we love cleaning bugs for bugs.
Ah, yeah. What a mess. Look at this. Half of those are dead. Been trying to flick them overboard or down the scuppers as we kill them, but yeah, we're just killing them too fast. Anything to add, hon? I'm ready for a beer.